Right, so now we're going to trim these guys' feet. Now I know Fern is definitely in need, and the rest of them we'll just check them and see as we go. So Fern's feet, toenails basically, grow much faster than the rest. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna walk over to the milking stand. We've got one in each meadow, and just gives us somewhere a little bit nicer to stand and do their feet, a bit cleaner, easier for them, easier for me. And we'll just do them. We'll do number 69 first because she's up there. It makes no difference really. Excuse me, love. Let me just bring you around. Excuse me, love. No. I'll try and show you as best I can. It's quite difficult to show you. Right, so if I lock her leg in there a sec. So the first thing we're going to do is just clean off all the mud and bits that are in there. And then as you can see, just where her nails grow down past the ball of her foot, we're just going to literally just take that off. So that it's all nice and flat for her, because what happens is they curl over like this, you see, and they'll get the equivalent of ingrown toenails. But it's quite simple. And then once we've done that, settle down, love, we're just going to hook out anything that's in between the soft bit of her foot and the nail, so it's all nice and clean. Otherwise they get something called foot rot. But it is as simple as that. Then we come around and do the back as well. There we go, 1 foot done.
Sid, you're not really helping being up there. There you are. Where's the girl?
These girls are a little bit overdue. I should have done this before. And I like to do it every sort of 6 weeks or so. Good girl. Not so bad up here. Stay still for me though. Okay, that's 1 goat down, 4 to go, no, 3 to go, plus a sheep. That's a bit mean, Sid. Leave her ass alone a minute. Not now. Sid. Seriously, mate? Not right now, yeah?
Sid?
There we go. That's 2, yeah? I've done all 4 of us. Who's next? I don't know if you remember from, I don't know if you watched back when I was milking the goats up in this meadow, which was a little while ago, using this stand, but Fern didn't like this stand for whatever reason, so we're going to do her just outside it. Oh, that's excellent, Fern. your feet are actually way better than I was expecting. They just need a little trim. That's excellent. Okay, good Sid. Oh, Sid! Not sure how long Sid had his horns wrapped around my tripod then.
Or how you're going to gather him up.
I will gather him up by his horns, my love.
Come on, Siddles. Silly. Go. I'm going to stink them.
So sure, I'm sorry I couldn't really show you very well. It's one of those things that's really difficult to do and show at the same time. But they've now all been done, apart from rhubarb. So this will be the fun bit, because catching rhubarb won't be simple. Oh, well, there you go. My wife managed it. So I've got a feeling that rhubarb's feet won't actually need doing, but we're just going to have a quick look. Right now.
Reading.
Oh!
Alright.
Yeah, she's quite powerful. She just kicked me and it hurt. And we are going to do them because they're not too bad. Let me bring the camera in just a bit. See what I can do here. So they're not too bad, but I'm not going to be... they're not too bad, but I'm not going to be doing feet again for another few weeks. So while we're here, we'll take care of them. Rhubarb, please. So with the goats, it was more, you know, essential maintenance, which it is with the sheep as well, but she can go a little bit longer before the essential maintenance. So this is more of just a mani-pedi. So you can see here, I don't know if you can see how well you can see or not, but there's just a little bit of growth on the outside. So we're just going to nip that off and just clean her up. So that she's all pretty. But what happens with the goats and the sheep is so what happens, as you can see, is just like in people, if you don't cut your fingernails, you know, they start curling over. And that's what's happening here. So we're just gonna, it's literally the same as trimming fingernails. We just use slightly different tools because they're slightly different nails. And there's nothing painful about it. So all this bucking and fighting isn't through pain. It's just through being uncomfortable with me holding her. She does not like to be you know, in any way contained. She doesn't like to be held by her collar. She certainly doesn't like to be held up against this fence. So that's what all the bucking is for. Now I've got to just turn around now to get to her other leg. There we go. Last leg. And she really is incredibly strong. Surprisingly so. There you go, love. That's another good job done. And they'll all be happier for it. So I don't consider myself to be an expert. If you are, then don't be shy to let me know what I'm doing wrong or how I can do it better. I've done this once with a vet when we first got our goats. And I've done it once with a very experienced farmer, albeit a cattle farmer. And other than that, I've just done it on my own. I'm getting better, getting quicker, getting, you know, more comfortable with it. But as I say, you know, I'm far from an expert. So if You see me doing something wrong, don't be shy. I'll be grateful. But that's our hooves trimmed. Notice how not one of them is looking at me. They're all looking at Jackie, my wife, who's the one who's been administering the food. I've been administering the clippers.